Hey everyone, how's it going? Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good night, good day. I just hope it's good. So, look, I had put together a video a year ago and I got in trouble for it, and it was on Cloneaid. So I thought, why not do it again, right? Except this time, don't get in trouble for it, so do it a little different. So, this is the best I could think of to put it together to kind of give you an idea. Now, this is very old. This came out in like 2002. So, I mean, this information is not new, nor am I telling anything that's unknown. But this is a good reminder. But they've come much further than this with the clones at this stage. All right, enjoy.
From MK Ultra to human genetics, gematria with numbers and satanic relics, sorcery, celebrities, and the unknown, health, science, and art in the minds unshown. From negative to positive, some young, some grown, lost in the wilderness, trying to find home. From the lies and the truth being spread in the earth, you are now being enlightened by Jody Southworth. Peace.
So, where'd you grow up?
South Florida?
Okay. I guess you were born in Jersey?
Yeah. Originally, my first gen. I'm a second gen now. That's why you see the celebrity bursts say I'm born in Toronto, but that's false. My first gen was born in Jersey. However, I was cloned by Cloneaid in Canada. My model number is 0112568, if anyone wants to see the registration in Cloneaid.
Okay.
We are entering a new world which is completely different. But there is no reason
a better world?
a much better world.
Rael is the leader of the French-Canadian-based Raelian movement, which believes that aliens created all life on Earth by cloning themselves.
They came on the Earth, built big laboratories, and inside these laboratories, through DNA and cloning, they did create all life on Earth. And this place is for the encounter between them and human beings.
But don't write off this man or his followers as just another loony sect. Just because their beliefs are a little off the planet doesn't mean they can't do what they say they're going to do. It's precisely because the Raelians are not constrained by the conventional ethics of science and society that they might just be the ones to pull it off.
I was speaking about cloning from 27 years ago. It's a long time. When I was talking in my public speech 27 years ago about we will soon clone human being, everybody was laughing. Then came Dolly the sheep, and now nobody is laughing anymore. Everybody is afraid, and we are laughing.
Cloning is not illegal in most states in America, and the Raelian movement has both the money and the scientific expertise.
Some people have been saying this is against the dignity of human being, and I'm saying I'm just doing a baby.
Professor Brigitte Bosselier is a biochemist and a follower of Rael. She runs a private company called Cloneaid, where her scientists, she says, will be the first to clone a human. And couples are lining up to pay more than $200,000 for the procedure.
How many people have you got waiting and wanting this?
More than 100. They are a huge number.
More than 100 people wanting
To clone, yeah.
to clone themselves?
I would say half and half. Half of them would like to clone themselves because that's the only way to have a baby. The other half are concerned by a dead child.
Is there any aspect to cloning that would make you say, this is not what I would like?
No, accept the limitation of the numbers. If somebody very rich come and say, I want 100 clones of me, I think this is not acceptable.
Was there ever a time when you thought, I'm not sure if this is the right thing to do?
The only concern I have regarding this is, am I doing it right? In terms of science,
Only 4 years ago, we reported on the birth of Dolly, the cloned sheep. Dolly proved how relatively easy cloning is. All you do is this: remove the DNA from an egg, then replace it with DNA from the skin cell of another animal, and implant it into a surrogate mother. The result is an exact duplicate of the animal whose DNA was used. Since Dolly, many animals have been cloned. Now, if the Raelians have their way, it's our turn.
all the philosophical aspects and all the concern that people have, this I'm very clear with that, because I do believe that I'm not harming anybody with this. And I think this could be a very beneficial for humanity.
We support freedom in every field of life. Absolute freedom, with respect of other people, but absolute freedom. But also, very important for us is a respect of freedom of science. There must be absolutely no limit to science.
Should we be taking the Raelians seriously?
I think we should be taking anyone seriously that has scientists who are knowledgeable in this area and the means, the money to be able to do this. Yes.
Pediatrician Dr. Arturo Brito sat on President Bill Clinton's National Bioethics Commission, which looked at the ethical and scientific dilemmas of human cloning. The major problem, he says, is we just don't know how cloned babies will turn out. They may be deformed or stillborn, or may develop significant problems in later life.
There are many things we don't know about what happens with cloning that may make this child, who looks perfectly healthy, have many problems later on down the line. And we're just talking about biological or at the medical level. We're not talking about even at the psychological level. But at the medical level, we don't know what problems can happen, because a clone would have a cell or genes that are actually older than the way a child is produced from a natural process of fertilization.
Nonetheless, in America, scientists are already cloning body parts. This is a human bladder, made of real-life human bladder cells. Even more extraordinary, scientists are already growing human clones. For ethical reasons, this American lab stops their growth at 14 days, just before the microscopic clones develop a spinal cord. But it would be very easy to go one step further and create a human. All scientists have to do is implant an embryonic clone into a woman's womb and let it grow full term. And that's exactly what the Raelians are planning. The first cloned human being, you hope, will be that from a baby who died.
Right. So this baby died about 2 years ago, and they had the chance to preserve the cells before the death, so we were able to get sampling that are useful, and so we hope to have this baby as the first cloned baby.
Professor Bosselier is protecting the identity of the parents involved, but says they are determined to recreate their dead child, whatever the cost.
I think inside of them they want to conceive the child again and go back to zero with that set of genes.
So they want to recreate
They want
a
to
child.
have this child back.
But you can't really do that. You can get a baby that looks just like
It will just,
dead
it
baby.
will looks like, yes.
But you will never actually get the dead child back.
So that's a kind of hypocrisy that many people ask this question. And they say, it will never be the same. So what is the problem if it was the same? You know, they cannot say at the same time, you are cloning, it's terrible, it's the same, it's against biodiversity. And at the same time say, it will not be the same. So there's no problem.
But the problem is for those people who think they are getting that
It
child.
will be the same. Physically, the hardware, if you like, will be the same.
I don't think anyone can tell you for certain that what looks normal at birth is going to be normal later on. The main concern right now for the Raelians or anyone else are the safety issues. And until those are worked out, there really should be no type of cloning, because what you're going to do are create embryos and fetuses and potentially live children that are going to have major medical problems.
Their concerns the Raelians dismiss, and their cloning attempt is well underway. Apart from the scientific work, they have 50 potential surrogate mothers lined up to bear the first human clone.
We hope to have the first embryo by sometimes in March. It's, since we want to check everything, we will see.
But it's looking close?
It is very close, yeah.
The final hurdle being what? Just perfection?
Yes.
If I were cloned, my clone...
I'm very, very pleased to announce that the first baby clone is born. She was born yesterday at 11:55 a.m. in the country where she was born. So this will not give you more details about the location. She's fine. We call her Eve between us. You knew that, of course. Some suggested it, and I thought it was a good idea, actually. You won't have the right name. And, for a long time, I thought that this press conference will be with the baby, the parents, the scientists, everybody surrounding me, and having pleasure announcing it. I'm alone. And there is a reason to that, is that it hasn't been easy to face the world with this announcement. And we have been discussing with the parents the last 3 months how we would handle today. And they decided not to show up yet. They will. I hope they will. And I wish them well. We started really to work with human eggs in January of this year. So it took us 3 months to finalize, and this is very short, and that's why I said, is it luck or is it hard work? I do believe it's hard work. But we had really good success very quickly and refined the technique for human eggs until spring, where we started to have implantation. We had 10 implantations, and 5 of them during the first 3 weeks were terminated spontaneously. 5 others were successful and are still successful. The first one was born yesterday. The next one is due in Europe next week.